Give me a glimmer of hope again. Save me from all my wandering. If I've been looking in all the wrong places, would you turn me back around again?
Welcome to HopeCasts, where our true stories brighten your day by providing insight and encouragement. I invite you to listen as my husband, Dr. Ken Brown, shares one of his amazing personal experiences that will inspire and stir your soul. Even in the challenges of life's darkest moments, you can always find a glimmer of hope through the love of God. So settle in, open your heart, and let's journey together through the power of storytelling.
The creation. The lights dimmed twice, and a gentle bell called us to our places in the great hall. Expectantly, I sat on the edge of my seat as the orchestra tuned, while the audience murmured. Silently, regally, a tall, thin man with wisdom in his face, restraint in his step, and a thin wand in his hand ascend to the throne of creation. Magically, the words of 1,000 voices died stillborn in the air of expectancy. Such reverential pause, as a thin white finger was raised, and the whine of a solo violin cried out, pleading for attention. My heart stirred, knowing what delights were to follow. Suddenly, in answer, 100 strings began to play. The volume swelled as wind, and brass added their clarion calls, and life began, and music was born. Oh, the sweetness and the sadness, as chords encased me with strands celestial. Inside I swayed, my heart surging with every melodious wave, and I became awake, truly alive once more. On and on the music poured, filling me with quintessential ecstasy. Sighing, I closed my eyes and yielded to the familiar tenderness, till time was swallowed by rhythm. Transcendence beauty dissolves all pain. One I was with the composer, whose recreated harmony rose from the pit, cresting billows of rapture that embraced me with heavenly passion. Sadly, too soon, the strain caressed the melancholy refrain that released the sequestered sentiment of my soul. The haunting finality was being quietly played, and I was already missing the rhapsody of bliss. I understood. Music cycles of life, flooding then emptying, and tides of living wonder. Silently I cried for encores, even as the last low reverberation faded beyond sensing. How I longed to wrestle free the baton that had frozen the universe, and with it motion beauty into animation once more. But alas, I could only sit with the rest of the suspended, entranced by the power of the composition that had frozen our combined wills. So hushed, one by one, the congregation filed out of the cathedral of melody, giving hallowed homage to the creator of music by their stillness, leaving me to ache alone in the darkened auditorium. Now only memories, as both a lover craves the beloved and finds himself in possession of a relationship. I promised that I myself would return on the morrow to once again hear my tiny notes, once scribbled on scores of mere paper, resurrected into glorious orchestral exultation. When I wrote this, I was thinking of a composer writing notes on a piece of paper and then seeing them transformed into a beautiful composition being played by an orchestra. And I realized that that is what God is like. He writes every one of the days in his book of life, but he waits for us to play his music. And he's there longing. He loves us. He knows what he's created in us. But he wants us to respond to the grand conductor of the orchestra, to follow his beat, to follow his baton, and to play the music that is on the scripts that are in front of us. Each instrument playing a different song. And he's there in the cathedral of our lives, listening to us play his song. And I hope that we yield to the master and allow him to do what he wants to do in our life, to bring joy to the heart of Jesus.
Thank you for tuning into HopeCasts for inspiring stories that will touch your heart. If today's story encouraged you, then please subscribe to our channel and visit us at hopecasts.org to learn more. You can also watch the video version of this story and many more from Dr. Brown on our HopeCasts, YouTube, or listen on our Spotify, Apple, or Amazon Music podcasts. Until next time, keep holding on to hope, and please share these stories with someone who really needs encouragement. May God bless you.
I've been searching and I've been seeking. It seems like you're nowhere to be found, and I'd do anything just to see you. If I close my eyes, will I see you now? 'Cause I know faith hopes in what can't be seen, but my hope feels like a distant dream. Give me a glimmer of hope again. Save me from all my wandering. If I've been looking in all the wrong places, would you turn me back around?